Hey guys, Will here. Welcome to another quick tips video. Today we're going to be looking at how to set up correct seating position in your simulator. Now, some of you will have different amounts of adjustability in your rigs. What I'm going to be sharing with you today is the ideal solution. So just try to get as close to this as you possibly can. Obviously, we're going to be setting up a GT style seating position here, but I have made a few little adaptations here just to sort of give my pedals a little bit of a higher position for when I'm doing formula racing as well. So it's a bit of a hybrid seating position between both, but we'll explain what's sort of personal preference and what's essential throughout the course of this video. So first of all, let's talk about wheel position and seating position. So you want to have your seat as upright as you possibly can. When I say upright, I mean your backrest. So you want to have your back as straight as you can get away with. You want your body to be pretty much straight up and down when you're sitting in the simulator. And then with your arms stretched out pretty much in front of you, you want to have your wrist resting with your arms straight on the top of the wheel like that. So that's the distance that you want to have the wheel away from your body. Obviously, depending on your arm length and your body type is going to depend on the measurement. So I'm not going to give you any measurements here, but if you have your arms stretched out pretty much in front of you like that, with your palm resting over the end, that's the distance that you want to have the wheel. So the top of the wheel should be pretty much in line with your nose as well. At least that's what I find to be most comfortable. Now, in terms of the angle of the wheel, you can see the wheel's also tilted up slightly. Now, formula style cars, often that is lowered down a little bit more, but for GT style racing, I like to have my angle set at around about 20 degrees, which is what I got it set to here. You'll find most road cars and racing cars have around about that same sort of 20 to maybe 30 degree angle on the steering as well. So with your hand stretched out in front of you, it should be resting on your wrist like this. Hand on the wheel should be about a 45 degree angle in your elbow. Now, shifter and handbrake position, this is a little bit arbitrary. You can pretty much put this wherever you want. For me, I like to have it exactly in line with my wheel, so it's a quick reach across with nothing obviously interfering in between. And then in terms of the height, I like to have the top of the shifter pretty much in line with the bottom of the wheel, so that's easy to reach. Basically just going straight across, changing gears, no problems whatsoever. So on to the pedals. Now this is where things get a little bit more arbitrary again. So basically the important things here is you want to be able to push your pedals all the way to their maximum point of deflection without stretching your leg all the way forward. So you don't want to be sort of pushing your leg out like this and straining yourself to get to the pedals. You want to be able to fully depress them, still with a little bit of angle in your leg as well, because that gives you more pushing power from here. Obviously, if you're pushing with your legs straight, and you're kind of having to go from your hips and using your body, and that's not ideal. You want to be able to push with your calf and your thigh muscles. So pushing down on the brake pedal like that, you can see at full deflection, my leg is not quite straight, but almost straight. Now, the other really important thing here as well is depending on your seat, you don't want to have your legs sort of resting against the bottom of the seat and pushing your thighs flat, because that's going to give you circulation issues. You're going to end up with pins and needles in your legs, and you're going to end up with cramps in those longer driving stints. So you want to have your pedal plate in a position where your legs are slightly elevated, just slightly lifting them up off the seat so that they're not pinching against the bottom of the seat. So in my case, just a very, very slight elevation there, and that's the reason why I've chosen the height that I have here for my pedals. So that is how I determine the height of my ankles. Now you can see my pedal plate's got a slight angle tilting forward as well. That's a little bit unusual. The reason why I've done that is because my HE Ultimate pedals are pretty much upright when they're mounted flat, and that means that I have to have my ankles kind of stretched backwards like this, and it's quite uncomfortable. So I've got them adjusted at an angle where my leg point's pretty much straight down and my foot's at a 90 degree angle when the pedals aren't depressed. So obviously when I'm pushing down, they tilt like so. So obviously depending on the pedals that you have, some pedals have more of an angle on them when the base is flat. So that would be how you would adjust the pedal plate from there. So having the pedal plate closer to me in this example would mean that my feet would either be more upright, which is going to cause strain and discomfort in my shins here, or I'd be putting more strain on my hips because I'd be lifting my legs up a little bit higher. So this is where it's comfortable for me. Again, the measurements aren't really important. It's all just sort of what feels natural and comfortable to you. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you get all of this right, you should be good and comfortable for long driving stints. You should have plenty of control as well, with nothing sort of being an extension or a massive reach to get to. So there you have it, guys. That is how I set up my cockpits based off the professional training that I've had in real race cars in the past. So hopefully it helps you guys out. If it does, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below as well. Let me know whether you set up yours the same way or anything that you do differently. It's always good to hear from the community and find out what you guys are doing differently. So that is it for today's quick tips video. I would absolutely love it if you guys would subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps the channel out. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss future videos. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.